Hey everyone, Snap Fitness here with Fit Frequency. Today we have Chris Freytag, and she is going to tell us all about Get Healthy UTV and how she started it and all of her tips and tricks for being healthy and having a healthy lifestyle. So first, Chris, can you give us a little background, introduce yourself? Was fitness always your passion?
Well, thank you for having me today. This is fun. A little bit about me. Yes, fitness has always been my passion, but I grew up in the 70s, went to high school late 70s, 80s. When I got to college in 1983 and told a college counselor that I was interested in fitness, they looked at me and said, okay, but what do you want to major in? It really wasn't a career path back then. So I majored in journalism, which was also a love of mine. I love to talk. Those of you who know me know that. I love to communicate. I love to write. I loved, at the time, broadcasting was way more archaic than it is now, but I got involved in all that. I graduated from college, had a couple of jobs in the journalism world, but right when in late 80s was when Nautilus first appeared in gyms. And I got really interested in weightlifting, and I loved aerobic dance at the time it was called. And so I started kind of hanging out in the gym, and then I got certified to teach aerobics, and then I got certified as a personal trainer. And so that's kind of when I made the flip into fitness, about 1989. So I've been doing it for a while now.
Wow.
So it has been a passion of mine. I always knew that movement made me feel good. That was something I knew back in high school. I loved to run. I was on the track team. I loved, anything where I was moving my body. And so that passion just kind of grew. I started teaching what now is called group fitness. Back in 1989, I started training people and loved it. And fast forward real quick, what happened was so many people would say to me back then, hey, I wish I could just take you home with me. I wish I could do your workout at home. I wish I could, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I took a leap and made my first VHS tape.
No way.
Yep, VHS. And then after that, I started getting calls from companies to work for them. So I made probably dozens of fitness DVDs for other companies back in the day. And one in particular, Prevention Magazine, I made dozens of workouts for them. Then it all transformed into DVDs, and I thought that was a big step. And then now, today's world, people don't even have DVD players anymore. So I took the leap 3 years ago to change my workouts from being on a DVD to a streaming service. And now I run a streaming service, a membership service. But I know that's a little lengthy, but yes, passion for me has always been helping people feel comfortable about getting fit.
Awesome. Love that. What was your original motivation to start Get Healthy UTV? So you said people don't have DVDs anymore and everything's streamlined.
Yeah, well, I love making workouts for people, and I love making it accessible to people, because I think a lot of people get intimidated by fitness, and they're like, I don't know where to start, or I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, or I look weird, or I'm going to get injured, or whatever their excuse might be. I don't have time. So I've always loved to help people. I want to make it affordable and accessible. And so that's kind of how it all started. And then I realized, DVDs were kind of becoming a dying form of media. And so I took the leap into streaming 3 years ago. And quite honestly, 3 years ago, when I told somebody I was, streaming my workouts, they were like, huh? Like what? And I had to explain what streaming meant. Now today, fast forward 3 years, and I say, I stream my workouts, that people will go, oh, okay. So, technology changes so quick.
It does. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. So our audience and members really range from they're interested in fitness and they're just getting started on their fitness journey to people who are already fitness enthusiasts but always looking for the next thing to try and thing to do in the club. So for people starting at the beginning, where would you tell them to start, and how do they commit to improving their health?
Okay, so I have worked with people like you're talking about from the very beginning to the extreme athlete who are, constantly motivated and working hard. And there's that continuum. So I always tell beginners, first of all, allow yourself to be a beginner. Everybody started as a beginner, and just because you see these people who are extreme athletes or who are super fit, they didn't get there overnight. It takes time. So the biggest piece of advice I give to beginners, especially, it depends on your age too, but especially those who are aging, which we all are, but as the decades pass by, is start with baby steps. I know that it's enticing and kind of seems sexy to get started and just kill yourself and beat yourself up. But it's like people walk away from fitness when they're injured, when they're too sore, when they feel like it's too much, when it's overwhelming. So if you start with baby steps and you just go, okay, I'm going to do this 2 days a week, or I'm going to start with a beginner workout, and then you graduate slowly but surely, you are more apt to stay. You are more apt to enjoy it. You are more apt to see results. Because I do tell beginners that the number one thing for success is the word consistency. It's not about what you did one time. It's about what you do every day, week, month, year. And they have to adapt that idea of like, hey, this is a part of who I am and my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so would you say the most common mistake people make would be jumping in too fast and not taking those baby steps?
I would say that's definitely one of the biggest mistakes.
Okay.
I mean, how long do you have? I got a lot of...
Yeah, what are a few other ones?
But yeah, so jumping in too fast. The other one is bad advice. I mean, there is, hashtag fake news everywhere. Mm-hmm. And people, like, someone asked me this yesterday. This is true. They said, like, if I freeze a banana, does it, ruin the makeup of the fiber? Or, people hear the craziest things. Someone asked me the other day, should I eat nuts? I heard that you should never eat nuts. It's like, are you kidding me? So we get
internet.
Yeah, you're a nut. We get bad advice sometimes. So make sure that you're getting the advice from trusted sources and people that you trust. I think the other common mistake people make is thinking that they're past the time. Oh, you know what? I missed that ship. It sailed. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to have this horrible life for the rest and what I always say to people is, okay, look at how old you are right now. I look at myself and I think if I have 40 more years of life, okay, if I can live to be in my 90s, which would be amazing, and my grandparents did, but that's 40 years. That's like going back to when I was 12 years old, okay? So I don't even know what I was doing when I was 12. Like, that's a lot of living I still have to do. So my ship hasn't sailed yet. It's like, I want not just more years, but I want good years. So don't tell yourself you can't have it anymore. You sure can. It doesn't matter how old you are. Don't let that be your excuse or, your mistake to not do anything.
Yeah, that's great advice. That's so true. So back to, people are always getting the worst advice and the internet's crazy and who to trust. I feel like there's always, new fitness trends and you never know, like, is this going to actually work or not? And someone who's seen probably a million trends like throughout the years, how do you weed through, what's currently trending, what's currently cool, and actually find the best way to get results?
When it comes to fitness, we're still talking. Right. Okay. So, you have to listen to your body. You have to, hashtag you do you. You might not like to swim. So if someone tells you, hey, swimming is the best form of cardio you can do. Well, if you hate to swim, don't choose swimming. You're not going to stick with it. If you've been a dancer in your past life, you're probably going to enjoy dance classes. If you've been, somebody who ran track, you'll probably enjoy some of those circuit classes that involve running and weights. So you have to take the time to get to know your personality. The other thing that I love is find your that I tell people about fitness is find your tribe, find your people, because fitness is about connection. We're hardwired as humans to connect. So whether you come to Snap Fitness and you find that community of people that you just say hi to every morning, or you've got a smile on your face, or whether you've got a accountability partner that you walk with or run with every day, or whether, find those, that spot, that place, those people who inspire you so that you'll continue on. Because fitness truly is about human connection. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, it really is. We're hardwired to enjoy connecting with other people. And I think that that's a big part of fitness. And, try stuff on. Try it on. Do you like it? If you don't like it, move to the next trend. I love variety. So, like, if I had to do the same thing every single day, I'd just go crazy. But, like, I love to spin. I love yoga. I love weight training. I love cardio. I love kickboxing. Like, for me, the variety is what works. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. And everybody's body is different. So experiment.
So whether you're new to working out or you've been working out for a long time, how do you avoid hitting those fitness plateaus, or how do you stay motivated and committed? Is that because you switch it up all the time and stay interested, or how do you find the best way to keep people coming back to fitness?
Well, I always say the most important thing is mindset. I always talk about the 3 M's, and we even have a course a 7-week course that's all about the 3 M's. The first one is mindset. The second one is meals. The third one is movement, in that order. So you have to get your mind right. And even when you're an extreme athlete, you still have those days where you wake up and you go, I don't feel like doing this. I tell people I've been teaching classes for almost, is it 30 years? 89? Oh my goodness. And I still have mornings where my alarm goes off and I'm like, I don't want to do this. Mm-hmm. But what gets me there is, motivation gets you started, habit keeps you going. So this is what I do. This is part of my life. So I stand up, I put on my clothes, I get going. Once I'm going, I'm motivated. So once you get those habits, you kind of, even when your mind tells you, I don't want to do this, you've learned to say, this is who I am, this is what I do, and you keep going. If you feel like you hit a plateau, like you were saying, where you're just not seeing results anymore, I always remind people, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing every day and expecting different results. If it's not working for you anymore, if you've been lifting 10-pound weights and you just feel like it's getting too easy, well then how about 12s? How about 15s? How about a new, format? How about trying, the weight machine, or a barbell or whatever it might be. So listen to your body, change it up from time to time. But the one thing I do want to add is that this happens to everybody. Like, I don't know anybody who says, and some of the most fired up coaches that I work with and mentors that I love still have their down days where they go, I don't want to do this. So it is about getting that mind right, talking to yourself, saying, I can do this, self-talk, listening. Then it's about what you put in your mouth. And then it's about how you move your body, in that order.
Got it. Very, very cool. So for those who are considering taking one of your challenges or looking into Get Healthy UTV, what would be the first thing you say to them or tell them to do?
Well, what Get Healthy UTV is about is, for some people, it is their go-to form of exercise, right? They're maybe, depending on their schedule or their work schedule or their stay-at-home mom or they're in college or whatever it might be, that's their go-to. A lot of other members belong to a gym and they take Get Healthy UTV with them. Or they belong to a gym and they go 3 days a week to the gym and they work out at home 2 days a week. So it's kind of one of those tools that I say have in your arsenal so that once you become a member, you can log in on any device, anytime, anywhere, and do a workout. Maybe you go to the gym, but you travel every other week for work and you're kind of stuck in your hotel room and you want to go down to the hotel gym, but you want a really focused workout. So that's what I tell people Get Healthy UTV is for. Then once you're a member, you just log in and you can stream, we have over 200 workouts, all different lengths, all different formats, all different levels. So if you want your butt kicked, we can do that for you. If you're a beginner and you want to start with indoor walking, we've got it for you. You want yoga, you want bar, whatever it might be. So you use it kind of as a search engine. You get in there and you go, I want a bar workout. I want it to be 20 minutes long. I want, that kind of thing. We also do run challenges because people are motivated by something that they belong to, like I was saying about human connection. So if you're following a calendar with a group of people, whether it be online, we have a private Facebook group, people are motivated to keep with those workouts. So we do run challenges. My goal is to make it affordable and fun for everybody out there. So it's like, hey, I'm looking forward to this. And again, it's streaming. So once people got past the question of what is streaming, now they get it. They just log in and do the workouts. And there are other trainers besides me. I should mention that. It's not it's not just me. There are great personalities and great, the trainers are great and it's a lot of variety.
Awesome. Love that. Well, to wrap up, where can people find you and learn more about Get Healthy UTV and you?
Yeah, so most of my social media is all Chris Freytag. You just look up my name, which was easier for people. Our Facebook page is Chris Freytag, Instagram Chris Freytag, Twitter, Pinterest. But you can also just go to GetHealthyU, .com and check it out. And for Snap Fitness or anyone listening to Fit Frequency, I do have a coupon code. If anyone wants to join for the first year for just $20 for the whole year, the coupon code is my name, Chris, then the word gold 20, Chris Gold 20. And so you literally get it for 20 bucks. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Well, thanks so much for coming today. This was so helpful.
Thank
I know
you.
our members will definitely be able to take little nuggets away and use this into their everyday lives. And go check out Get Healthy UTV. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.